Hey everyone, this is Brody Warner with Kansas City Men's Basketball. I'm the director of basketball recruiting and video operations for Coach Menzies here. And today, doing a short little presentation on the importance of spacing, which is probably the most important thing that's needed in modern basketball to be able to run an efficient offense. You need space to operate, and you just think about it as simple as whenever you personally are doing something, it's a lot more comfortable if you have some space to be doing it as opposed to being cramped shoulder to shoulder to somebody. So, same thing translates to basketball. If I'm trying to write notes, but I'm really tight with somebody shoulder to shoulder, it's a little bit more uncomfortable if I'm just sitting at a desk all by myself writing notes or anything like that. It's the same with basketball. Yeah, you're going to be more comfortable and you're going to be able to be more efficient when you have more space and more room to operate. So this first clip, I'm actually going to let the audio run on it so you can hear. Ironically, I was trying to find clips of spacing by the Indiana Pacers, and this clip I found has the assistant coach speaking on that. So I'm going to let the audio play on this first clip, and then we'll just roll through a couple clips to show some examples of spacing.
Or maybe a little bit sloppy in the transition opportunities.
It's always going to come down to our spacing. We want to run. We got to make sure we run with space. When we open up the floor, we get to the free throw line, we get open threes, we get open shots.
All right, and as you could hear, he said, need to have our spacing. So this ends up being a really good clip. This is to start the second half, actually, for Indiana. There we go. Okay, he catches it. Look how much space he has. All right, the nearest defender, aside from his defender, is probably 20 feet away, 22 feet away. He has a lot of space to operate, be able to see where he can make a play. All right, this particular action is for a ball screen, it looks like. Or no, it was maybe for just a post up for Siakam. But as they swing it, look how much space there is. All right. Miles Turner was here. There wasn't space when he passed it. He had the ball. He passes it. He's like, oh, crap, we need space. So he cuts through. He creates space. Now there's a big gap here where there's space to operate. Okay, set a screen. Look how much space there is. This defender realistically probably needs to come here and help. But if he comes here and helps, this guy's going to be wide open. All right, because there's good spacing, this defender is basically in what we would call no man's land. He can't really help here. He can get back there, but ball's not going to score as much. But he can't help here because if he does, he comes too much, it's going to be right there for a wide open three. All right, so Halliburton makes a pass. See, that defender stunts at him, but because there was good spacing, he can't be too close or else his man's going to be wide open for a three. So he can stun at it, but ends up being a wide open shot for Pascal. Makes it. All right, this one I'm not going to talk as much. I'm going to more just let it run and talk as it goes. Space, a lot of space. A lot of room to operate, set a screen. When Pascal gets the ball, look how much space he has. No defender anywhere to help aside from his defender. All right, they catch the ball inside because he got a guy in the corner, on the wing, on the top of the key, and way up high in the slot. There's no help here. He can just go and score. They're running their offense, running their action. All right. They catch and they set a screen, but there's a lot of space. Makes a decision to kick it ahead. Look how much space there is on both sides for Nembhard to be able to play, make a decision. Same thing here. A lot of space. Because there was such good spacing over here, this defender had to play two. This defender had to guard two guys, both the guy in the corner and the guy on the wing. He has to make a decision. Indiana takes advantage of him having to make a decision. Bunch of space there. Gives Tyrese room to operate, be able to make that pass, and they get a dunk out of it. All right, this one they're running a zone offense. Because of their movement and their spacing, they're able to get Pascal the ball out of that set, wide open baseline jumper. Space to operate, big gap there. If they swing it there, there's still a big gap there. When they hand the ball off on the wing, this little kick ahead pass, look how big of a gap there is. He has a running start, so he has an advantage against his defender. So he's able to get downhill, cause help, because this guy's in the corner, not higher. His defender can't help here. It's a wide open shot. All right, two more quick clips here. All right, this one's in transition. All right, corner, way up high on the wing, setting a screen, and then this guy really should probably be a little bit lower, but creates space. Get a dunk. All right, last clip here. He has the ball, and there's not another person on that half of the court. If you cut the court in half right down the middle, it's only him and his defender on that half of the court. All right, and they just keep moving. They create space. Space here. They set that screen. All right, he comes off. Look how much space there is. This guy can help, but because they have a man all the way down the corner and not like up here on the wing, because then his defender's right here, his defender's all the way down here, there's no way he can help get an open jump shot. So today, talking about the importance of spacing, the NBA always has a trickle-down effect to other levels of basketball. Okay, so the NBA is so big on having space to operate and be able to make plays now. That's trickled down into the college game and will continue to become more and more important in all levels of basketball. So thank you. Good luck. Hope you have a great rest of the Zoom and a great day.